Hey, visit the link in the description for a special surprise just for you.
In this video, we'll explore the fascinating world of automations in System.io. You'll learn how this powerful tool works to streamline your business processes and save you time and effort. So we have two automation options here in System.io. We have automation roles, and we also have workflows. Let's start with automation roles. So when you click here, you will find the list of automations that you've created. You can create your roles here, or you can create them in your funnels. Remember, when you go to your funnels and go to any of your funnel pages, you'll see a smaller automation tab. Here you can add rules as well. So just select your trigger, then select your action and save your role. So even if you create your automation rule here, you will see it in the main automations list. Now let's see how to create rules in the main automations tab. It's really easy. You just click on create, then choose your trigger, and then choose the action. Triggers are really important when creating your automation because they are what needs to happen in order for the action to take place. So the first one we have here is tag added. For example, you can choose the action to be send an email right after a tag is added. Here you'll be able to choose an email from the list, or you can create a new one by clicking here on the plus button. You can also edit an existing email, so we can select the email from the drop-down menu, and then we click on the pencil icon to edit it. So to summarize what we did here, if we choose the tag added trigger and choose one of the tags like tag example 1, it means that when a contact gets this tag, they will automatically receive the email you selected in the action. Of course, you would need to save the rule, so I would just click here and then the rule will be added to the list. Now let's go ahead and explore the other triggers. Here we have the trigger tag removed. So here you'll choose the tag that you want to remove, and then once this tag is removed from your contacts, then you can choose an action for it. So maybe let's say someone cancels a subscription, you could send maybe an offboarding or goodbye email with an automation. We also have the trigger funnel step form subscribe, where you would need to choose the funnel and the exact page from that funnel where someone subscribed. Usually new contacts or subscribers come from squeeze pages, which if you remember are the pages with forms. So if someone subscribes using one of these forms in our funnel page, then we can choose an automatic action to follow, like sending an email. This automation is perfect for welcoming new subscribers and start warming them up for your offer and follow-up emails. We then find the trigger block form subscribe, and it's pretty much the same thing as the previous trigger, but this one is for your System.io blogs instead of funnels. So if you have a pop-up form in one of your blogs, you would choose your blog here and then choose the page that has the pop-up or your form. And then when someone subscribes using that form, you can choose an action to happen automatically right after that, like sending an email again. Moving on, we now have the trigger campaign completed. And when we say a campaign is completed, we mean that the contact received all the emails within an email campaign. And then once this happens, you can add an action like unsubscribe from the campaign, so they no longer receive the emails from that specific campaign. Next, we have a really useful trigger for those who use our webinar feature, and that is the trigger register to webinar. So this one is a trigger that you would only use for your webinar funnels, and you would choose the funnel and then the page, which is usually your registration page. That's the one that has the form. Once the person registers, you can set an automatic action or rule to happen right after, like again, sending an email or adding a tag or any other action from the list. Now we have the trigger to enroll in course, and this means someone got access to one of your training courses. Once you choose this trigger, you'll see a list containing all of your courses. You choose the one you need and then select an action for it. For example, you can send an email welcoming your new students, and you can do the same thing for course bundles. So you would just need to choose your bundle and select your action. Then we have the trigger new sale. So whenever someone buys an offer from you, it could be any offer from an order form or an upsell or maybe a downsell, you can choose an action for it. You just have to choose your funnel, then choose the page of that funnel, and then choose your action. So for instance, you could tag them as a customer, or you could unsubscribe them from a campaign since they already bought something. Up next, we have the trigger sale canceled. So this trigger works only for offers that are sold with either a one-shot or one-time payment or a subscription price plan. So if a sale is refunded, the system will interpret this as a sale being canceled. And the same goes for a subscription. So if you go ahead and cancel a subscription, it also means the sale is canceled. Then just choose your action, maybe removing a tag because they are no longer a customer or are no longer enrolled. And now we have the trigger email link clicked. This trigger can be used only for emails that contain a link. So when someone receives an email with a link and clicks on it, you can automatically do something about it. It's a great idea to tag contacts who click on your email links because this means that they are interested in whatever you're sending them. So you might want to nurture them even more. So for this one, you choose one of your existing emails from the list, whether it's an automatic email, an email that you created before, a newsletter, or an email from an email campaign. But you must make sure that the email contains a link. Finally, we have the trigger page visited. So we can use this trigger when we want to have an action for someone who visits one of our pages from our funnels. But not just any page. This trigger works for pages that contain forms. So for example, squeeze pages, or sometimes sales pages have forms as well. It can also be used for order form pages because order forms also collect your customers' information. So when used correctly, you'll be able to set an action after someone visits your page. For example, you can send an email to a specific address. You can use this option as your own personal notification. So if you put your email address here, you will receive this email when the trigger is set off. You can add the information of the contact, like their email, name, and phone number with the substitutes. So each time someone sets off a trigger, you'll receive an email in your inbox or whatever email you choose here. And now let's go to actions. So we have the action enroll in course. When we select this, we just need to select the training course and then the type of access that we want to give to that course. So either full access or drip the content. And then access will be given automatically to that course. Finally, we have the send webhook action. And I can choose this action if I want to send a webhook from system to another platform on another app. You would just need to put the webhook here, and then the webhook will be sent automatically to that destination. To finish setting up your rule, you would just click Save Rule, and then the rule is added and working. And going back to our automations list, you'll see that we have a search bar here with a few filters. So if you're looking for a specific rule, because trust me, this list can grow fast when you discover the power of automations. Then these filters come really handy. You can search by trigger type, action type, or status. So that means if they're active or inactive. In order to deactivate an automation rule, you just click on the three-dot menu of the rule that you want to deactivate, then click on Edit, and then right here at the bottom, you click on Disable Rule. So it no longer works, but it's not deleted. You would still be able to find it in the inactive list. We can also edit that rule again and enable the rule for it to start working again.
Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe.